Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of making wargaming videos. In the next 3 videos we're going to talk about pre-production, production, and post-production. So you'll get to see how I do the process. Lately I've been getting mail from a few of you guys saying that I inspired you guys to pick up a camera and start making your own videos and stuff. If you have, or if you're just starting a new channel, mail me, let me know so I can subscribe and watch you. You never know, you might end up on Subscribers Confidential, one of my weird crazy shoutouts. I would like to get a nice list to, keep tabs on and stuff like that. So here's a couple more tips I like to talk about that I missed in the last video. One thing that I don't think I really mentioned is that you should really try to stay on subject. If your channel is about wargaming, then keep it as much to wargaming as possible. Once in a while, yeah, sure, go off topic. But, if you don't want to lose your subscribers, then you really should just keep on topic and stick to it. Sure, sometimes you get in the mood where you had a bad day or something that just really pissed you off and you just want to rant about it. Go and rant about it. That's no big deal, but don't do it all the time. Don't make it a habit. Which leads to the next tip. You gotta do a rant or something like display samples about the subject you're talking about. For example, how to paint and how not to paint. It's best to just keep the focus on you and the topic and show the better side of the work. For example, this is the type of figure that you should be painting and this is how you should be doing the techniques. But don't show other people's work and say, oh, this is a horrible miniature or whatever. Now you're making it personal. And then now what you're doing is offending not only that person, but possibly, that person and his viewers as well, or his friends as well. And that's one thing you've got to kind of balance out and figure out where the line is drawn. Because sure, you may not care about offending, the other person or their viewers and stuff like that, but you got to remember, you got your own viewers too. You got your friends that probably would laugh about it and, say it's okay and stuff. And most of your general viewers will look at it as some petty little schoolyard crap that's going on, and they won't watch your videos. They might subscribe. They might get offended just because of that, because they don't want to see that stuff. So just keep that in mind. So let's quickly talk about formats, basically how you structure your videos. And there's pretty much 3 types of way you can structure your videos that I can think of right now. The big show, the one show that combines everything all together with little segments in between. These shows are released maybe once a week, twice a week, maybe once a month. Shows like the Bitbox that Terrain Noob's doing, or Ghost Chat that Lincoln Heart 666 is doing. Those are good examples of a big show. Personally, not my forte. I've tried it before on my scale modeling channel. It's a little tough to try to get everything together just to get one show going. You might find yourself taking like little parts because you have one segment, in your show like tips and tricks. And you have like tons of tips and tricks which you're going to have to pace between all these different shows, but you're missing other segments of your big show. And you can't really move on until you get those segments for that big show. When you get into the groove, you're going to have a lot of shows ready to be released at the given point in time. These work great. Of course, you're going to be releasing videos more slowly, but then it keeps your viewers and subscribers waiting in anticipation for it. And you have multiple theme shows. Okay, this is basically what I do here on this channel. There's different types of show with different names that cover specific topics, and I release them maybe 2 to 4 days each in between. Great thing is you keep your videos coming, you keep your subscribers satisfied, and starting adding a lot of videos to your list quicker by doing it this way. The hardest part, I think, is trying to come up with ideas for each show and then make sure that you have enough material to keep pushing out these shows in such a short amount of time. You have one specific theme for your channel. For example, like Les, Awesome Paint Job. Everything is painting tutorials. Very rarely he ever goes off the topic of a actual tutorial. He has another channel to do that stuff on. And that's one way to do it, getting multiple channels to cover, one theme and the rest of your other stuff at the other channel. Then you got the almighty vlog format, where you just turn on the camera and talk, and then release it whenever you want. But the good thing about it is you do it whenever you want. You don't need to come with fancy scripts or ideas or whatever. You just go and do it and just let loose. Now, whatever you're going to do, it's going to take time to test. When you release the video, you're going to see how people react to it, how they take to it, and you might want to change stuff up. Maybe vlogging is the way to go. Maybe you want to be more creative, but being more creative on a vlog format just takes forever to do, and it creates really long videos. Maybe you should do multiple theme show type of format, or maybe a big show format. Regardless, it's up to you on how much time you have to make videos, and how you want to make videos, and what resources you have to make them. Let's talk about the type of wargaming videos you can make. First one is videos for entertainment. It doesn't really have a teaching value, more like a comedic value, something people enjoy, something to amuse people with. Now that's a little tricky because sometimes your brand of humor don't fit some people's brand of humor. But either way, it's about entertaining, it's about making people think. Try not to make people cry too much. If your audience is always crying after they watch a video, something's really wrong there. Army update videos or studio update videos if you want to sound more professional. Studio update videos very easy. You could do a slideshow of your work, or you could purchase a really cool turntable like me and Marnius has. Marnius has a really cool mirror one. Now while you're doing your army updates, give them a little rundown of how you did the figures. That always helps. That way you alleviate some of the questions that might come your way in mail. Trust me, you'll get a lot of them. But keep it short and simple about how you did the model. Don't go off topic and just start talking about how you stubbed your toe when you're doing this model. People don't want to hear that. How to paint videos. How to paint videos are probably one of the most popular videos out there. People are always in search of these type of videos to see how other people paint their figures, either to put it on the gaming table or as a hobbyist to get better and hone their skills. Make sure you set it up right so that people can see what you're doing, and we'll go over that in the next video during the production video. And also in relations to how to paint videos, there's always the speed painting videos. Speed painting videos are also fun to watch. General how-to videos. Again, get the proper setup so that you could film whatever you're trying to teach. Whether it's about thinning Vallejo paints or using the airbrush or how to use certain glues, you gotta have the setup to make sure that they can see what you're doing. Open box reviews. For me, I like to just know what's in the box and then move on. I really don't need to hear the history of Space Marines or whatever that you're opening. Just show me what's in the box and then end the damn video, okay? I don't need to hear you babble or whatever. I just want to know what's in the box and just move on. Now, other people might want to do longer box reviews. That's okay too. It really depends on your audience. I prefer the quick method, the way I've been doing the inside out stuff. And people seem to love it. It just gets them out the door right after they see what's in the box. Tacticas. I'd love to see a lot more tacticas. There's not enough tacticas out there. I want a tactica where someone could stand there, answer a damn question in, like, say, a minute or so, and then show me how to do it, and then just be done with it. I don't need to hear about your family life when you're doing it. I just want to know how the hell to run the tactic, how to do the strategy, how to work and build on it. But other than that, I don't need to hear babble. I just want to know how it's done. Battle reports. Another popular type of video. People love watching people play. Now, the big thing that I always have a gripe about battle reports sometimes is people don't give you enough information or not clear about what happened during that turn because you really want to know. That's the whole point of watching a battle report, is because I want to see how other people play and try to learn something off of it. Okay, once you have the idea of your video and what you want to do, it's up to you whether or not you want to get organized, depending on how extravagant your show is going to be. Sometimes I write outlines for my shows, like, bullet points of knowing what I want to cover, especially like this video here. I have bullet points. I'm looking at it right now. In the section pre-production, I'm in outlines right now. Next we're going to talk about scripts. Next we're going to talk about a shooting schedule. Writing scripts. Now, sometimes I write scripts. For instance, like right now, I'm not writing scripts because I thought it all out in my head, what I was going to say, how I was going to say it. But sometimes I would run into a problem where I just don't know what to say. So I would have to sit down, write it out, at least just for that segment of filming, about what I'm going to say, and just kind of read it off. The other reason why you would write a script is if you're doing voiceover. Trust me, doing voiceover for, like, say, a painting tutorial is quite hard without a script. Otherwise, you're just going to end up going throughout the whole tutorial when they're looking at the figure. So it's better to write out scripts you're doing voiceover for painting tutorials or stuff like that. Shooting schedule. I'm going to show you how I have my shooting schedule done, and this is for the multi-theme show format. Now you can take that same format for your big show, okay, and then keep in mind about the units. When you have the date of one show, you'll have different units, and each of those different units could be segments of what you've taped or haven't taped yet. So just keep that in mind. Now this is just something I modified just to make it work with what I'm doing here. Something that I learned back in the heydays when I was working in the industry. This is my production schedule sheet, and it basically tells me what's in production, what's been already printed out and released, and stuff like that. Now the way it works is simply I have all my shows split up because I'm using the multi-show format thingy. And like, for example, straight up, I have a show that I'm currently working on in pre-production. And when it's red, it means it's currently being worked on. Green means it's a go, and blue means I'm still thinking about it, basically. Pre is pre-production. Units A through I is the unit that's being shot and what's currently in post right now, and the release date. I usually put the dates on this column here for those shows that only have really one part to it. However, if I have multiple part shows like How to Play 40K, I put the release date in the unit that's just been shot and released. In movie production, a unit is basically a unit that's out shooting. In this case, I use it as parts of my videos, like part A is part 1, part B is part 2, and then that way I can keep track of which part is being worked on and which part's already finished and what's in post and stuff like that. Reason why I need a schedule is because I don't film the show all at once, because there's all these little different shows, and I sometimes have an idea. I'll start it up, plan it out, and I say, okay, well, I'm going to do some of these scenes here, and I'll record it and then save it to the computer, and then I'll totally forget about it and record them again sometimes. And there are other cases where I would record at night in front of my computer, and then I need to do cutscenes for my little silly comedy routines or whatever, and sometimes I need to shoot outside during the day or something like that, but it's nighttime, so I gotta remember, hey, I gotta run outside and film this little clip for this show. Thank you for watching. It's a lot more theory than whatever, but in the next video I'll show you how to do some production stuff and how to shoot and stuff like that. So if you have any comments, suggestions, just post them below. Sub if you haven't subbed, like if you like, and favorite if you love me. I'll talk to you later.